I like Detroit. I don't think it's Super Bowl or bust. I don't think they're a Super Bowl team just yet. I think they can go to the NFC Championship. They're just not good enough to beat San Fran. And this is not
There you go. I knew.
Oh, here we
this is
go.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and with us today for our NFC North Division preview, we have our cavalcade of stars, starting with Captain for Life, Will Cox. Will, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Ready to play football. Get it, man.
All right. One of my finest players extraordinaire, Fowler Campbell, is joining us. Fowler, how you doing, man?
doing great, man. Happy to be here, man. This should be fun. This should be a good segment.
All right. And our academic and athletic consultant, George Hockett. George, we got the NFC North. How are we feeling today, man?
Blessed, brother, blessed. Let's go.
All right. So in segment one, we'll cover the major storylines. In segment two, strictly for entertainment purposes only, we will do over-under predictions. And in segment three, we will do a predicted order of finish. But first, Chicago. Starting with Will, can Caleb Williams have an immediate impact on the Chicago Bears? Will, what say you, sir?
Let's say, yeah, I guess immediate impact. Yeah, he gets people excited. He's definitely got the he definitely got the Bears fans are like, yeah, we're good, we got the quarterback of the future. I think it's going to be difficult. The kid, a lot of the plays that he made that were, hero ball. I mean, they were amazing plays. Don't get me wrong. Falling back, throwing 40, 50 yards on a rope. It's going to be it's not going to be that. In the NFL, way faster, way better. You have to be even better where he is. And I think at least this year it's going to be tough because I think he's worried about being a celebrity rather than being the quarterback. But he has the talent. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I think he'll make an immediate impact. We'll see if it translates to wins. But I think he'll be having immediate impact.
All right, following. You have been that impact first year player. Can Caleb Williams' talent transition and can he have an immediate impact?
I think how Will finished it off is, how I think it's going to be. I think he'll have an immediate impact. Will it translate to wins? Not sure. But I mean, he got all the weapons around him, man. Like they actually help with the O line. O line has gotten better, and I mean, he got the receiving core that I mean anybody would love to have. And then he got a running back next to him, so he has everything he needs. You know what I mean to be successful. So yes, well, I think we have a good year. Yeah, would it translate to wins? That's what I don't know. It'll be interesting. That Chicago team will be interesting to watch.
George, come on, man. Can this
Well,
kid really do it? Is he worth the hype?
you said really do. Well, look, man, when you start in the basement and the cupboard is bare, anytime I put food in, it don't matter if it's government cheese or off the store, off the shelf brand, it's gonna help. So yeah, he's gonna have an impact. Will they get some more wins? Probably so, but it
They were
ain't
7-10, George, so it's not like
well
they were destitute.
well, you hear them talk. You ask them if anybody ever thought about them in playoffs. So that's a whole nother story right there.
Okay,
So
okay.
they're gonna feel better about the team and everything in Chicago. We'll see what happens with the wins, but yeah, that he'll make an impact, but it'll be. I don't know if it's gonna be on the field. I mean, it'll be on the field, but I don't know if it's gonna be in the win column. So
All
let's
right.
go.
So I'm gonna go to Will for this because of the inside OCP joke. Detroit, can they sustain this momentum? Because as we like to say, Will, they like this guy. Can they keep it going? What say you?
I love it. Yeah, man. Actually, I think they're going to sustain the momentum. The first thing they do, they locked everybody up, so there's no issues in camp. Nobody who's not showing up, who's not upset about something. The David Montgomery, Jamar Gibbs thing that everyone was saying was a terrible pick, was a terrible thing that they did, ended up worked perfectly for them and their skill in their scheme. They still have Ben Johnson doing his thing, quietly, still balling. And again, like you said, Coach, they love playing for this guy. They love playing with this guy. And if it was up to him kicking 2 field goals rather than going on 4th down, they could have been in the Super Bowl. I mean, it was that close. So hopefully he can learn from that. He seems like every year progressively he gets better and better and makes big leaps. It's Super Bowl or bust this year, in my opinion. It's Super Bowl or bust. So yeah, sustain the momentum and break through and make it to the Super Bowl.
All right, George, I made the mistake of betting on the Lions on Thanksgiving. I don't know if I'll do that again, but what do you think? Can they handle it and sustain all of that momentum?
They're going to be good. How good is going to be the question. That college rah-rah stuff and all that only goes but so far. At a certain point in time, you got to learn how to win. You got to have winners. You know, that doesn't mean it's the best player. That means the dude that's ready to play at the biggest moments. Is Detroit there yet? Does Detroit have what it takes to get there? We'll see. I don't know. So we'll see. They come into the year with, for me, as a question mark, because if you go back and look at past history, all these teams that go to NFC Championship and lose, or go to AFC Championship lose, or go to Super Bowl lose, next year is usually a rough year. So we're gonna see what happens.
Fallon, what do you think about Detroit?
I like Detroit. I don't think it's Super Bowl or bust. I don't think they're a Super Bowl team just yet. I think they can go to the NFC Championship. They're just not good enough to beat San Fran. And this is not
There you go. I knew
here we
this
go.
is not even from a fan's perspective. It's just the team San Fran right now is loaded. So I wouldn't say, and not saying Detroit can't beat them, but to say, oh, it's a Super Bowl or bust is going to be hard. But I do think they're maybe the second or third best team in the NFC. So it's just more so of Dan Campbell getting better. You know what I mean? And I mean his team is already behind him. You know what I mean? Like a lot of this bad decisions he made, they stuck with him. You know what I mean? I think he's learned from that, and I think they'll be much better. But I think it's up to Dan Campbell and his decision making, because they got a great roster. And with James Williams coming back, being healthy for the whole season, that's going to be another weapon. That's going to be a problem.
All right, Fowler, I'm gonna stay with you with Green Bay. Is Jordan Love the real deal? Is he the real thing, man? What do you think?
Yeah, Jordan Love the real deal. He he made some bad decisions, but I was happy with in the loss to San Fran. But again, but I do think he's the real deal. Contract wise, I mean that's a whole different story we talk about later. But I'm all in on Jordan Love, man. He has a great arm. He can get the ball where it needs to be, and they got a defense. Like they sneaky, man. That team is sneaky.
All right, Will, is Jordan Love the real deal, sir?
Oh, they're going to be fun. I think they're going to be real fun. Young receivers who can go. You got even a tight end who can go. Just about their health and their balance in their offense plays, then they can go far. They can go far, man. I think Jordan Love is the man. That guy can ball, man, and he has an arm that can go forever. I think he caught a lot of people off guard last year. I don't think they're going to be definitely knowing what he can do. So he won't be able to sneak up on people and catch people with his amazing talents. But man, they have all the weapons to keep going. They're young. Everyone's locked up. They got a running back that's solid. Can got a little gas into him. Can actually pick up the blitz. Who's pretty well at that. He's having some issues with health, but I think they can make it through. So they're going to be a very, very fun team next year if they can stay healthy.
All right, George, what do you think about Jordan Love?
Bring it to me, because I was on him all last year. The man. He's the man. So yes, Green Bay's my pick, dog. They are tough. They are tough. Yeah, and following sweating bullets, because San Fran don't want a mature Jordan Love coming into that joint.
We don't. I ain't gonna lie, we don't. I tell you this, we do not.
All right. With Minnesota, first and foremost, we want to send our thoughts and prayers out to the Vikings family and organization. Tragic loss. So before we even talk about Minnesota, George, on behalf of our OCP, can you say a few words about the gentleman that we tragically lost?
Leighton, Isaiah, Kyrie, they were all great kids, man. Really good kids. Great players too. This is to lose three phenomenal individuals at one time is heartbreaking. After having competed against them on 2 state championships where they just blew the doors off of us. It's tragic. My heart breaks. Condolences and prayers go out to the whole Wise community and family, and especially to their families. I was looking forward to seeing Kyrie over in Minnesota. He had a great year last year in Oregon. I was really hyped to actually see him get a chance to play and see what he was going to do. Because I got to see him for 2 years, and man, it's heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking. It's nothing but condolences and prayers goes out to all of them, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that. So back to the football. Will, who do you think should start under center? Sam Darnold or JJ McCarthy? Luckily, Mike King is not here to share his thoughts, but that is the big question for Minnesota. What say you?
Oh man, it's tough to say, but I mean, if you're trying to win immediately, you got to start with Darnold. I mean, I wouldn't think JJ McCarthy is going to win. I think he's like a project. I think, and also if you actually want to keep Justin Jefferson here, you got to have somebody who can throw him the ball to him. You know, again, he has some contract incentives, so he wants the ball. You know, so yeah, I think you got to go with Sam Darnold, and if McCarthy has the opportunity, whether it's through injury, whether it's through poor play, through even a couple plays or whatever that you can get him in the end of the you're up like 40 points or whatever, yeah, let him get a chance. But I wouldn't start with him. I don't think he's that guy, and unfortunately, all you got is Sam Darnold.
George, who are you playing, JJ or Sam?
I'm looking for somebody on the trade line or somewhere else, because I mean the options are bad right now. But who they got in camp, you got to start Darnold, man. I'm gonna say it for Mike King. It was a mistake to even draft JJ in the first round. So it's a tough situation in Minnesota. I don't know how they keep Jefferson happy. It's gonna be a tough year.
Follower, who are you playing, sir? Sam or JJ?
Hey, look, man, Sam is a sleeper, man. I'm telling you, Sam Darnold is not bad. Y'all think he's bad? I think in Carolina, it was tough for him with no O-line, but just being a backup in San Fran, I saw potential in him. Now he wasn't taking Purdy's spot because they love him, but Sam, when he was in, he made plays, and I get it. The system is different. The weapons are different, but Sam, he has an arm. He's accurate. You know what I mean? He just needs an O-line. Now, I don't know what the O-line situation is looking like in Minnesota, but he has a weapon. You know what I mean? So
a weapon.
Yeah, you read that.
A weapon.
He has no weapon. You know what I mean? So again, man, you got to go with Sam. JJ, I don't know when he's gonna play. So Sam is my guy right now.
I give it the. I mean, Fowler's right. Sam got it bad because Carolina is a mess. Their O-line was just terrible, and Darnold didn't get a fair shake. We'll see what happens with him. He's a question mark, but it's gonna be rough out there, boy. It's gonna be rough in the cold.
So in segment 2, we'll talk over-unders, strictly for entertainment purposes only. Curious to see which teams they like and don't like. We'll be right back on the iCoach Spot.
The reviews are in for Dr. Keith Adams' book, Finding the Balance, My Personal Journey to Academic and Athletic Success. College professor and student athlete academic expert Dr. Lisa Rubin said, "There is nothing out there like this book, so I do hope people will pay attention and give it a read." Former George Mason standout Fowler Campbell said, "Consider this book an opportunity to work directly with Dr. Adams, just like I did. I assure you that there will be something you can take away that will be useful to you throughout your personal journey." Ryan Waite, a recent college graduate who is a software engineer, said, "I like how the book is based on research, which makes it good for general students as well as student athletes." The book serves as both a memoir to Dr. Adams' 30-year academic and athletic career, as well as an instructional guide to assist student athletes, parents, coaches, teachers, and administrators navigate through the challenges of finding a better balance between academic and athletic success. The book includes over 15 personal stories and anecdotes from Dr. Adams, along with numerous former players and colleagues from a variety of sports and endeavors. You can order your copy at www.ckasaveproject.org. From the main page, simply click CKA Save Project Services and order the Find the Balance book. For more information, contact Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast in segment 2. Strictly for entertainment purposes only. Let's talk over-under. We're going to start with the Detroit Lions. And yes, Will, I'm going back to you. Over-under, 10.5. Roster rank is 6. Are they going over or under? What do you say about Detroit?
Give me the over. I'm gonna take them. They get around like 12. Around 12. It's gonna be tough. You know, they have some great spots where they can get some solid wins and get momentum going. Obviously they got to start hot. They got to start hot versus the Rams at home, which should be great. Then they got the Buccaneers, Cards, Seahawks. They can win. They play the Cowboys at home, and then again they got the Vikings, Titans.
Who do they have on Thanksgiving?
Oh, you already know who they got. But yeah, I think they can get about 12 wins. So give me the over.
All right, following over under 10.5 for the Lions.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Just looking at their roster, I think they go over. A lot of these key games, besides Dallas, some of these games, sheesh, Houston on the road. I'm just trying to see what big games they at San Fran. I'm gonna take 11. I'm gonna take 11.
George, what about you, sir? Over under 10.5.
I got them right at 10 or 11 because they ain't gonna win the division, so I got them at 10 or 11.
Okay, all right, George, I'm gonna stay with you. Green Bay over under 9.5.
Over.
I can't wait to hear
Over.
what you all think.
Over.
Okay,
You don't even. I don't have to give you no re-up. Over.
Okay, Will, over under 9.5.
Over for sure.
Over.
10,
Okay,
11. Over.
Shaq, what we got?
Yeah. I hate to say it. I gotta go with the consensus.
Okay, all right. Strictly for entertainment purposes only. Following, I'm gonna stay with you. Chicago over under 8.5.
Ooh. Man, hold on. Look.
They were 7-10 last year. This kid's supposed to be good.
But they're in a tough division, man. But I'm trying to see the rest of their schedule, and it's not bad. And I really do believe this team can be good. They got a good defense. And now it's just about it. Caleb can put everything together. The coaching staff. Y'all not gonna agree with me. I'm gonna go with 9. I'm gonna go over.
All right.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
over under 8.5.
That's a brave man.
Chicago.
They had 7 last year, right?
The 7 last year.
I'm getting that. Yeah, I'm going over.
Okay. Will, what do you think, sir?
I think they got 8 wins that they can take. If you're talking about Titans, Colts, Panthers, Commanders, Cards, Patriots, and Vikings twice. That's 8 wins. I think they hit the under. They're nothing under 8.
They can't sneak one more win. Hold on.
No.
George. Hold on. You say the Titans, Indiana,
Titans, Colts, Panthers, Commanders, Cardinals, Patriots, and both wins against the Vikings. That's 8.
Where they playing the Cardinals?
They're playing them
in Arizona.
Oh no, they ain't getting that one.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. They can't beat they can't get the Rams?
No,
not
this year.
No.
Yeah, they got a squad this year. Rams got a squad.
So, George, this is my locker room, and you see coaches just sitting there like I did 20 years ago. Let them go at it. George, what do you think about Chicago over under 8.5?
They under because what's going to happen? They're going to be because I'm going to tell you. Following, I'm going to tell you they're going to be in most games, but then your boy going to go hero ball, and when he goes hero ball, he going to make rookie mistakes. And it's gonna cause him. Yep, it's gonna cause that first year Kobe. He gonna throw them interceptions. You know, he gonna throw off balance or off time, and something's gonna happen. I can't. No, they going under. They going under.
I think Caleb's the real deal. I think
I'm not saying he ain't.
if
Two
CJ
things can
had
be
the
true.
season if CJ can have the season he had his rookie year, I think Caleb can do the same with more weapons.
I'm gonna tell you this: CJ had the year he had because they kept a controlled strap on him. He had way he read his reads. They didn't open his reads up till the second half of the season. He had 3 reads, and then that was it. So they kept that junk controlled. They ain't gonna do that coaching staff. I don't believe in the coaching staff. It's in Cleveland. I mean in Chicago, because they should have been out this year. So they got that
conversation.
They should have been out this year. They got one more time, and they know we're here for the only reason we're here. We got to make it work with Caleb, and everything's gonna fall apart because that offensive schemes. I ain't going to get it. So he's gonna go hairball.
You blame it on the coaching staff and not the player and his decision making because he has all the weapons you need.
Right
now, it's just about keeping the game simple for him, and if you keep it simple for Caleb, he's going to be just fine.
When you got a talent like Caleb, you have to keep him on script. If things get off script, he's going to go and play hero ball, and we're going to see what happened in college where he's throwing picks 45 yards downfield. And that's not going to happen with that coaching staff. So Caleb's going, and when Caleb does go off script, you got to jerk his chain and get him right back. And they ain't going to do it because they ain't got no weight behind them. They shouldn't even be there. So this that last year for them. They're going to have a whole regime change next year. So let it be. It's done.
All right. Will, I want you to do Minnesota first. Over under is 6.5. Roster rank is 21. What say you over under on the Vikings?
Oh man, I was looking. I can't even see them saying go. I give me the under on that. I can't. I think they're gonna get like 4 wins. 4 wins, maybe 3 wins. I don't see. I can
George.
Don't even ask me. Don't even ask me. You can go right to following. You know my answer. Now go ahead. You don't even
all right, following over under 6.5, sir.
They should have moved down to 4.5, man. That's easy.
Man, leave it where it's at. Leave it where it's at. I'm about to take some.
That's an easy one right there.
Yeah, but
strictly for entertainment purposes only, of course.
Exactly.
All right. So when we get back, fans, we're going to do predicted order of finish for the NFC North, playoff teams, and is there a Super Bowl winner coming out of the NFC North? We'll find out. We'll be right back on the iCoach Podcast.
Why should student athletes use the CKA SAVE Project academic and athletic consulting services? Over the past 15 to 20 years, colleges, universities, professional sports teams, business organizations, and others have increased their use of consulting services to improve their decision-making processes and results. Over the same time, the athletic and academic landscape has changed for high school and college student athletes as the NCAA has raised initial academic eligibility requirements for student athletes while decreasing the number of transfer restrictions. Former college student athletes have noted that they were academic and athletically unprepared for the rigors of college. Let the CKA SAVE Project's close to 30 years of academic and athletic experience help guide student athletes to increase success as we work to help student athletes achieve the goal of obtaining a college degree. For more information, contact Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the iCoaches Podcast as we check the unofficial sports app, which we don't have one. In segment 3, predicted order of finish. George, what say you in the NFC North? What's your predicted order of finish?
Green Bay, Detroit, Chicago, and University of Minnesota.
Ouch. Following your predicted order of finish.
Oh, that was a good one. I got to go with Detroit at 1. And what's crazy? It might come down to a last game, but Detroit at number 1, Green Bay 2. I'm gonna go with Chicago 3, and then Vikings 4.
All right, Will. What about you, sir?
Same as Shaq. I got right there. Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings.
All right, Will. Who are your playoff teams coming out of the NFC North?
The Lions and the Packers. So that's about it.
All right, George, what about you?
Packers and the Lions. The Lions. They'll get that wild card.
All right, follow it.
He made sure to say the Packers first.
That's right. That's right. I want you to know.
I see. I'm gonna go with Detroit, and then I'm gonna go and then the Packers, man. Those would be the main team. I'd say
Alright.
either one of those guys, but yeah.
So, following, starting with you, are there any Super Bowl contenders coming out of the North?
Oh,
Yeah.
you gonna say yeah?
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I believe so. There's two contenders coming out of that division.
All right, Detroit and Green Bay. Will, are they the Super Bowl contenders, or you say otherwise?
I think it's just one. I think Detroit, and I think Green Bay still gotta beat Detroit. So
And George, what do you think, sir?
I'm gonna tell you this. That January in Lambeau ain't no joke. And y'all, when they win the division and when they win 13 games and everybody got to come to Lambeau, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a real problem because San Fran don't want to go to Lambeau. Not at that time of year. Neither does Dallas. So I'm gonna tell you that.
We'll have home field advantage. We ain't gotta worry about that.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
All right, so fans, on behalf of our Cavalcade of Stars, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Odd Coaches podcast, and we will see you on the sidelines. Till next time, take care.
The Odd Coaches podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills, to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress, to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org. We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach FRANCHIZE. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches Podcast.